Sexual violence during armed conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Sexual violence during armed conflicts in Democratic Republic of Congo by Agnes Bijila. The Democratic Republic of Congo is situated in the Central Africa. Congo had two major civil wars. One was in 1996 after the Rwandan genocide of 1994, and the second one was from 1998 to 2003. And one consequence of these two wars was the increasing violence on women. Rape was used as weapon during this wartime. Rape is considered a crime, and it consists of an invasion of an individual's body with an object or a part of the body, resulting in the penetration, however slight, of any part of the body of the victim, or the penetration with a sexual organ. Such penetration is achieved by coercion without the victim's consent. One particular characteristic of the Congo Civil War was the increased use of violence against women, in particular the use of rape as a weapon of war. During the Congo Civil War, rape was used as a weapon to hurt the enemy's pride. Acts of extreme violence were used against women. This is a big health issue because it pertains to women's sexual health as well as their mental health. And it is a justice issue because it diminishes women's dignity and does not support human rights. Women's rights are human rights, and sexual violence is infringing on women's rights. Here you can see some images of women during that time. There are different types of rape. We have individual rape, gang rape, rape in which victims are forced to rape each other, rape involved object insert into the victim's genitals. According to the International Alert Study, all forms of rapes occurred in eastern Congo during the war. There are many consequences of sexual violence that Congolese women underwent during this time, and many of them are still affected. We have the tremendous psychosocial trauma, social stigmatization, exclusion, and victimization. There are some local initiatives to help the survivor of sexual violence in this part of Congo. The one most known is the Panzi Hospital, where the victims would receive the needed help. After the Civil War, there were instability and armed conflicts with the development of local militia, and rebel groups that vie to control its natural resources. In 2014, 15,000 rapes were reported, including horrific acts of violence. Forms of these acts of violence are diversified, yet there was no more gang rape. The Democratic Republic of Congo has the traditional patriarchal culture, and there is a connection between sexual violence and the patriarchal culture. Social attitude about sexual violence is such as women bear full responsibility and the blame for their assault rather than the perpetrator, which ends in social stigmatization of survival and traumatization. Here are some people who are taking action to help the victims of sexual violence in the eastern part of Congo. And we have Dr. Denis Mukwege, the head gynecologist at the Panzi Hospital, who received the Nobel Prize in 2018. Here are some people who are taking action to help the victims of sexual violence in the eastern part of Congo. And there is a picture of Dr. Denis Mukwege, the head gynecologist at the Panzi Hospital, who received the Nobel Prize in 2018 for his activism and services to the survivors of rape in this part of Congo. Sexual violence against women is a crime and a human rights violation. Although men experience gender-based violence, yet women are disproportionately affected by sexual violence, especially during wartime. The case of the Democratic Republic of Congo illustrates to which degree such violence can affect women's dignity and integrity. Survivors of such violence are also victims of social stigmatization that causes psychosocial trauma with lifelong consequences. Thank you.